Welcome back to my channel. It's Danny here from our humble home. This is the table I will be upcycling. Well, they're drawers. I guess it could be no, it's a bit big for a bedside table. It's too high, so I guess they're a chest of drawers. And they're really nice. I got them for $10. I got it for $10 from the Facebook Marketplace. On closer inspection, they have a bit of staining on the top. They are banged up a bit. They're scratched. They're stained. They've got paint on them. Looks like it's been used as like a painting station or something. That looks like ink. They're filthy, completely filthy. Scratches there. I mean, that's not too badly damaged. And they have little legs here, funny little leg. Originally I thought I might take these off. I'll see. And the handles. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the handles. I have a basic idea of what I might do, and the first thing will be to sand the top, so we'll get started on that. The top did pose a bit of a problem trying to sand that all back. As you can see, it didn't come off easily. I just kept persisting, and I thought in the end it's got to come off if I keep going long enough. My sander isn't the best, so I had to do the edges by hand. I thought that would be the safest way without ruining the shape of the piece or the integrity of it. Yeah, so I just persisted. That's with an 80 grit sandpaper. I've just been using this sponge to go over it, and it tends to even out any marks that I've left behind. I'm removing the floor protectors, if that's what these are, on the bottom, and I'm going to replace them with some nice new rubber ones. I always use sugar soap to clean the piece. This one's filthy and I went over it really well before I actually did anything else to it. After that, I just wipe it down with a little bit of a watery rag, just so that it takes off the sugar soap. I had to add a little bit of water to this Timbermate wood filler. It actually dried out quite a lot, and this did help with the use of it, although to be honest, and you will see coming up, yeah, there was a slight problem with it. Just giving the feet a scuff sand as well. This is the paint color I decided on. It's a really dark blue, and what I'm doing here is adding some acrylic paint flow medium to it. This will make it a lot more runny, I guess, and a bit more silky when I apply it. And actually here I had to put this on because I ran out of masking tape, but I just put it on here just so it'd be a neat line, because I do tend to make a bit of a mess when I paint, and this paint's so dark you're going to notice any overpainting or any messiness. At this point I was thinking maybe I put too much flow medium in, because it did thin it out quite a lot, and I know it is going over, you know, a sort of medium darker timber type of thing, but I was just a bit worried about that. It did seem quite thin. Okay, now here's the problem with the Timbermate wood filler. For some reason, after I'd finished sanding and then I painted, it did seem to do nothing to the actual holes and divots and things in the timber. They were still extremely noticeable, and I just felt like I had done all of that work and it had achieved nothing, and I sort of felt like I had to start again with it because I couldn't really go on. I couldn't leave it like that. It just would have looked horrible. So that was my dilemma there. Actually, that afternoon we went to get some other wood filler, and it's actually a really stronger one, a lot stronger. It's called plastic wood, and it really is like a plastic wood too. It wasn't as creamy, and it was a bit harder to apply than the Timbermate, but it set rock hard and it really did the job. I was so pleased with it in the end. Actually use the sander to sand this back, because this wood filler was set so hard. It was really like plastic. It was like cement actually. So after thinning down the paint, I decided I want to make my own chalk paint, and I did this for a few reasons. One was I thought it would be nice to have a bit of texture. Chalk paint, I find, has a nice texture to it when it's applied. Another reason was I wasn't sure how the wood filler worked, how well it worked, and I thought if I have a thicker paint it might fill in a little bit more of the gaps and streaks and dints and that sort of thing. So you can see I'm pretty much starting again from where I was earlier after I put the wood filler in, the Timbermate wood filler, but this chalk paint is going on so lovely and covering it so well. I ended up putting 3 coats on, so I reapplied it to the drawers and to the timber bedside table body as well, and yeah, I was really pleased, and I'm glad I made chalk paint out of it. At this point I'm looking at the paint going on and I can't see any divots or marks or scratches or anything like that once the paint's applied, so I'm really pleased. At one point earlier on I thought that this piece would be a fail, and it's so frustrating when you do so much work and then you get to a point where you think it just doesn't look any better, and you sort of think, what am I going to do now? I decided to paint the inside of the drawers, the outside sides and the inside sides, not the base, because I'm going to cover that with some wallpaper, mainly because there were stains, there were ink marks and that sort of thing on one of the drawers, and I just didn't know how to get around that. I think in the end, ultimately, it was the right decision. They actually looked really beautiful. The other night I went to Kmart, and I recommend, if you want to get things on special that have been reduced, go at the night time during the week, because I got a roll of this wallpaper. This was $10, and I got another roll of wallpaper. It was $10 as well. It was the palm wallpaper, and I was so pleased with it because I've been wanting some wallpapers to have to line drawers and also to put on the outside of some of my makeovers as well. And this is so pretty, and honestly it just goes so perfectly with this piece. I was a bit messy when I was painting, and I got some of the blue paint on the sanded top that I did. So here I'm just going over it lightly and sanding it off. It doesn't really take much to come off. So I decided to whitewash the top of this, and here I am just wetting the top a little bit. You can get a spray bottle and also spray it as well, and I'm just making it a little bit damp just so that the watered down paint doesn't seep in too quickly and dry. This paint I watered down quite a lot, and I didn't measure it. I just added water until it was really runny. I like it runny because it doesn't dry too quickly and it's easy to wipe off, and you can sort of control the rate of whiteness. You can add more layers if you need to, if you want to make it whiter. After I did this one, I let it dry, I sanded it again, and I added another layer of whitewash. I've bleached timber before. One was a bit of a success. The second one was an absolute fail. I don't think I would ever bleach timber again. I think just doing one coat of whitewash is as good as actually bleaching the timber. Just comes up beautiful and white, and yeah, I just think that would be a better idea. If you have timber that's orange or something like that you want to lighten, I suggest whitewashing it rather than bleaching. After I had painted and it had all dried, I applied my glitz beeswax to the drawers and to the body of the actual piece. I normally let this dry for about half an hour, and then I'll go back and I'll polish it with a rag. I just use Chuck's dishcloths actually to apply it and to polish it, and that works really well, and it's cheap. It's only $1 for 10. To Kmart, and I got all of these door knobs for $2 a set. So I've got two types. I've got the ones I'm using today, and I've got these pretty ones. They're only $2 for a set, so $1 each per handle, which is crazy. And these are the ones I'm using today. I'll be using 6 of these. Yeah, very differently, but I just had an idea with it. I think it should look cute. These handles are actually so pretty, and like I said before, they're on sale, a set of 2 for $2. So I was originally going to replace the handles, then I wasn't, and I never actually covered up the holes, so I thought I would do this, and I've never seen this actually done before, but I put a handle in each of the holes. So I just think it looks cute, it looks pretty, it looks a bit like he's wearing a double-breasted jacket, and and I think it's just a little bit different. Thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the reveal, and I'm so pleased with it. I really am. It's currently for sale, so I'll let you know if I sell it, when I sell it, and what I sell it for. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you next week. Bye.